Hello and welcome back to a Winter Cup zip testing sessions video. This will be the last one now, but it's quite a spicy little brew. So this is Lyndon on the left and Sean Kendrick on the right. Lyndon is running a fire Luso deck. This is the Luso that if you have received 5 or less points of damage, you get to shuffle your deck and flip over the top card, and if it's fire, you play it onto the fire character, you play it onto the field. So notably, this deck doesn't run any summons, it's just a forward and very low backup deck. But here we go, let's showcase it for you. So turn 1, Luso straight onto the field. So yes, as he moves to combat, that means he can now shuffle the deck and he's going to be able to flip the top card. As long as it's fire, it plays onto the field.
Eric, this is a joke. You have to tell us if it's too much, because I know we're pushing you.
And we hit the Meath. So when Meath enters, you may search or discard one multi-element card. If you do so, search for one card other than a backup, add it to your hand. He's opted to search for a second Luso. So obviously he wants to keep this engine going for as long as he can, because Luso's quite a vulnerable forward, being only 5k. On the right, we've had Sean Kendrick just play into a Claris, so he's going to be able to search for a job king, add it to his hand. So although playing into backups early, maybe that's what Sean's deck does, it's probably not going to be feeling like a very good matchup for him here. So turn 2, draw 2. Lyndon is going straight to combat to make the most of Luso's effect once again. And he flips a Zidane off the top. Incredibly great value. So now Sean is going to have to reveal his hand, and he is likely going to lose, well, anything that has any substantial value. And he, on combat, revealing the card that he drew off of the Zidane.
Dorothy, can I ask a question?
And he's going to lose the octave. So yes, he's crippled his backup line, and forced a point of damage and forced 0.2.
If they're in good condition, can we donate them?
So back over to Sean's side.
She'd appreciate that. I would too.
I can't see what the first card he played into there was. There's a bit of glare off of the foils. Looks like the monster he played into is Gygus. Gygus, when he enters the field, choose one forward. It gains. This forward cannot attack or block until the end of your opponent's turn. Note, he does have a secondary ability, which is to put him into the break zone, choose one forward, deal at 8k. Now turn is back with Lyndon. He's just obviously having a think about what he wants to do here. He's in a great position, so no real pressure to do too much. And he's still going to tap, pay 5 and play it out. Philathanos. So this is a very interesting card. When your opponent uses an EX burst, he deals your opponent 3 points of damage, and when he is put from the field to the break zone, choose up to 2 forwards and deal them 9k. It's insanely powerful. And Lyndon with the Luso, flipping a Warrior of Light off the top, and ironically Sean hitting an EX. And obviously choosing not to trigger it. But yeah, I imagine if you can deal with that Luso pretty early, you're never going to see him allow your opponent get to that field state. I'm actually quite surprised he hasn't broken the monster to get rid of it, to force him to play the second one, so that he can deal with that as well. But I imagine now his concerns are obviously Zidane removing stuff from his hand, and the powerhouse that is Warrior of Light. Okay, so interesting here, we see him playing to a Guido. Guido cannot attack or block. Note that is a 10k forward. On each of your turns you place one knowledge counter on Guido. If a character you controlled had been put from the field to the break zone, place 3 counters on him instead. Remove 3 counters, you get to draw 2 cards. Secondly, he's played into a Citra. Now, Citra, when she enters the field, will choose a summon or monster in your break zone and add it to your hand. It looks like he has also played into a Narishima. Yeah, I think I said that right. When it enters the field, choose a forward. You control one forward, your opponent controls the former, deals damage equal to its power to the latter. So he's taking advantage of that Guido and dealing the 10k. I think he's just corrected that he's dealing the 10k to the Warrior of Light. So although it can't attack or block, it's more than done its job. There, Lyndon just noting obviously that the Guido should have counters on it at the moment. Yeah, literally talking it over right now. I mean, I would cost those counters in straight away at this point, to be honest. Try and get a bit more going on in hand, but I suppose he's wary of that Zidane.
It's a backup, and it wipes the abilities on card and it wipes the category. Sounds like no, category or job. Yeah, it's a dance. Gets the category and abilities. Yeah. So that's what's that? So that'd be probably
Having a bit of a long deliberation, I think, about something. What are we seeing here? So paying 4. Yeah, we're going to play into Cloud, which is going to resolve that Guido straight away. Yeah, so that's just going to be a straight break. No, I think that is a misplay there by Sean. If he had 3 counters on the Guido, or maybe they put the counters on wrong. Maybe it was 1 counter, hence he couldn't draw. But it looked like at one point for some reason there were 3 counters. But I don't think 3 characters left the field. Anyway, Lyndon playing the Roulette. He flipped over a Marsh. When Marsh enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 fire among them to your hand. Return the others to the bottom of the deck. And here you can see Sean is playing the Citra's ability, which is just discard 1 light card, choose a forward. It cannot attack or block this turn. Still having to take damage from the other forwards. I think realising here that's it. It's a very short and sweet game, but yeah, I don't think there's much here that Sean is able to do other than crack that monster. So still playing that on. So yeah, he's probably going to crack that Gygus. Deal 8k to something like, I don't know, Zidane maybe. But ultimately for next turn it's not going to help. Yeah, so we see a sweep. But I wanted to showcase the deck. Very interesting build. I do like the Fire Luso deck. It's a shame he's only 5k and he can be dealt with quite quickly. Sean unfortunately just didn't have the opportunity or missed it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. See you for the next one.